Hey everybody, this is Spath. I'm here at a six-player table over at True Poker this morning, and we get 1,500 chips to start. This is the first hand. I came in with a Queen 10. I'm just gonna see where I'm at on this hand right now by three betting this, or three times his bet. He gave me a call, so maybe he's not very strong either. Uh, I'm gonna do it one more time here. Gonna raise to 320. And just took an extra time of barreling and coming over the top of him to convince him that I was stronger than him. Six players, top two get paid. That's a pretty deep stack. Think about it. We're at 1020. Divide the 20 into the 1,500, and we've got, oh my gosh. Well, you get 5 per 100, right? So we got 15 times 5, so you've got 75 big lines. But, it's a 5-minute round, so it's going to go up pretty quick. It's the 6th of October. You can find all of my videos, over 70 of them now, up at YouTube. Just subscribe to my channel, please. It's free. Al Spath, S-P-A-T-H. Teach GPL at Twitch. I hope you follow me there. And sometimes I broadcast on Ace High Radio, so follow Ace High Radio as well, and you'll get a notice when myself or somebody else is broadcasting. Now this is a $3.25 entry, counting the service charge they get. So $3 goes towards the prize pool. So the quality of the play might be suspicious. It's a lower entry. Again, we're bankroll building, so this is where you would do it. You test out your strategies and learn how to do some things here, and then you move up to the 5, and then the 10, and then the $20 sit and goes and short tables. Some of you might not like these shorter tables. You have to be a lot more aggressive, but you need to learn, because think about it. Later on, when you play a full table, you're going to knock out people. Other people are going to knock out people, and then it's going to become a six-player table, isn't it? So you might as well learn how to play the six-player and down, because that's how you finish a tournament. Now he raised. I've got only an ace-4 here. It's going to cost me 40 for 140. So I'm getting a little over 4 to 1 on my money, or 3 to 1 on my money, 3.5. I'm going to call, even though it's not great and I'm out of position, just to see a flop. See if I could have hit an ace-4, or if I could have hit a gut shot draw, or 2-4, or something like that. I've missed everything. I expect him to bet the pot here, or he only went half. I think maybe he has overcards again and he's missed. I wanted to demonstrate to you how to take hands away from people. So I'll do that later in this video, understanding that I could get caught, but I want to demonstrate some of it to you if I can, if the opportunities arise. Some people say they call it floating, and in other words, staying around and just calling and trying to take it away from somebody later on in the round when a card appears, or when the board gets threatening. They make a bet and they act like they've hit something and they steal it. Again, that's not a good bet. He comes over the top, gets the immediate call. I would expect, he's done the check it again. Doesn't like that 2, I guess. Well, unless that 2 really made his hand. And he has the queen. He just let that guy bet it for him. Figured if he bet it, guy would go away. He was afraid also that the guy could have a 2 or a 4 and had a full house. Rich Morgan has been in every hand so far. There's no sound on the table, and that's due mainly because I've turned off the alarms. I just get tired of them over at this site. It's one of the things I don't like about the site. That guy hasn't played it all hand. He comes in for a nice raise. We know he's probably got a good hand. We have to keep an eye on hook, line, and sinker. Okay, Morgan comes in for another raise. He's very active at this table. He's the guy that I would suspect early on is going to double up when he does hit a hand, or he's going to just double himself right out of this game. He's very active. Let's just call him active right now. Let's not say he's loose or anything. We just say he's active. His betting sizes have been all wrong. And here's a nice raise from the big blind, who's definitely got a big hand. This has got to be ace king or better. Probably pocket queens or better. Let's see if no, I don't think I get any action. That was a very smart play. So twice, hook, line, sinker has looked like he knows what he's doing. There's a person that don't with a small min raise. You're not going to get many people out. He got them all out, but boy, we're not deep. We're deep in money, and $60 is not enough to really get people out. He must have ran into a bunch of bad hands. That's all I can say. Now later in the tournament, you can get away with the min raise more often because it's an effective tool against the stack sizes. But early on, the stack sizes are proportionately bigger than the blinds. Limping is not something you see much at a 6-player table. It's not advised. Usually somebody in a late position usually raises to put pressure on them and pick up their money. That's a great name, 925312. I wonder if that's his prison number. All right, we can check our queen 4, and we can just check right out of this dance. Now, if they all check here and a 4 came off, I would bet it. I might even bet it if another bad card came off like a 5. Some of you that have played with some of my videos, I'll just call this one for the $15. I think it was number 65 or 66 with Ronster the other day. He did an impressive job at the 25 cent 50. I was shadowing him, won over $100 in the match, and his commentary was spot on. His reads were good. What he was telling you was very good. So you might want to play that if you haven't had a chance. See if Rich Morgan is going to do what I said, double up or go right out. Nope, he's going to stay with a 618. Decided that wasn't enough. I've had ace 4 3 times. Played in my last home game of the year last night. A couple tournaments. Won the first and got knocked out of the second on the bubble. Come on, baby, bet. Somebody's got a bet here. Oh, baby. Slow played the flush. That's what he's saying. Does this guy think he's bluffing or not? He's not going to take a chance to see. He did have it. He showed it, and it was the straight. He flopped the straight flush. He didn't get to this. He flopped the straight. People, it's funny if you play live. Here's a good tip for you. When people have a full house or better or something like that, they always look back at their cards. If you don't call or something, they want to admire it. Or, in fact, some of them will even show it if it's something like 4 of a kind or better. They'll just admire it, and they want you to know how good they are. Or how lucky they really were. Like he was pretty lucky to get those cards, but they flash him almost like it was some kind of skill on their part. Now he was taking the chance when he put all his money in there, hook, line, sinker, that the other guy also had a flush, like a ace high, and thought he was had the nuts when he sure didn't have the nuts. So he was trying to get all the money when he could have bet a small amount. And there goes Rich Morgan out, like predicted. He was pretty active, and he knocked himself out. Getting up into 51, 50 and 25 now. We're starting to get into 3 times the big blind is $150. It's going to really affect stacks. So from here on in, people will be a little bit more prudent with their money. But anyhow, sometimes it's better to take a smaller pot of $200 or $300 from when he made the straight flush, hoping that this guy had two of a kind or something in that order, and he got nothing. He tried for the whole. But I had a top pair with a good kicker, but I know that nobody's going to leave if they've got a 9 here. So I'm just going to bet 75, which is it's half. See where they're at, and I see now he's I can't even stay in here. Both of them are going for something there. They could even be there now. They could have pocket sixes, pocket eights. They could have 6, 7, 8, 7. I think they're both committed here. 9, 10. There's the 7, 6. Full house beats the straight. 2 gone. So again, you've got to listen to my commentary as I go along. What I'm thinking is what you should be thinking about, what kind of hands they play and how you want to proceed with a little caution, and don't get wrapped up in the fact that you flop top kick like I did. I was way behind the 2 pair. He flopped the 2 pair, and so you don't want to lose in one of those kind of hands. You can't win the tournament at this point, but you sure can lose it. So protect your chips. Don't do something silly. Only reason I got in there because it was 25 in the small blind. If I'd have raised with it, those guys wouldn't even seen the flop, and I would have probably taken down the hand. Probably. That's a good size bet. Let's see if Pimper puts all his money in here. Saying he has the hearts, and he gets to fold. Well, let's think about the hands that I've had. I don't recall having a pair. I haven't had ace king or ace queen or ace jack or ace 10 or ace 9. We're still in the match. Very strange. Last time he pushed against me, against the sole big blind, he probably had a decent hand to do it. Whether he does it against 2 people is another subject. Whether or not he got a decent enough hand, I think he's folding here. I'm going to just limp in here, see what this guy does. He lets me see a flop. I'm going to bet 2/3, see if I can just take it from him. Most likely when somebody checks like that and an ace comes rolling off, you bet into them. They're more likely to fold than stay. Bet, bet, bet. He checked. Bet, bet, bet. That's what you should be saying. When you see check, you should bet. That's not enough. Bet the pot. 1 card to come. Bet the pot. You got the money. Half the pot. You're not going to get him to go if he's got a heart. He might even have a 10. Now you'll check. And your king was good all the way. Why didn't you charge him full fare? Give him a discount. It's kind of silly. Well, we've been at 25.50. just about to the end, without me even looking. I just judge it's close to the 5 minutes. We should be going up. Well, we can see a flop. We're looking for 9-10. We're looking for 2 8s. We're looking for Jack 8. We're not looking for a solo Jack because somebody with a better Jack will be out there, more likely. He needs time to think about this. Those people that take all that time and then they raise it, it's like a stupid ploy. Just bet the money. We know what you're doing. All right, 5,100. Here we go. Game's on. This is not one where I limp here. Nor here. Nice bet. No defending. Not much you can do, folks, when you don't get a pair, you don't get a good ace. It's very difficult to win hands. He should go about 300 here. I think he's full of shit. Thank you. Sometimes you have to read somebody. And I read him as being not so strong. See how fast that 300 come up? Now, this time I think he has a much better hand. I would think he's going to bet 450. Oh, he does it all. Come on, calm down. I don't care who wins a pot. I just want somebody to get hurt. Not me. One player or the other. It doesn't bother me until we get down to two players who has the chips. Now this is a tough one for hook line. If you got a pair, that was not tough. Jack Queen should have been thrown away. He may get lucky. Yeah, he does. Diamond. He got lucky, but man, you don't want to go in with Jack Queen against somebody that raised all in. You haven't. They can't fold. They've got a pair. They've got something decent. He just got lucky that time. He was so far behind, especially after the flop. He had 6 outs after the flop, and he hit one of them. So he had a 24% chance of winning. Maybe less because one of the 10s could have rolled off as well. So not the kind of matchup you want to get into where you're going to lose 3 out of 4 times or more. There's a good chance he has a 3 here. He's in a big blind. Yep, he's staying. You can't win every match that you get into, but you can compete in every match you can get into. I post all. Yeah, he didn't have anything. All my recordings up on YouTube and Twitch, and you can see without editing that you hear how I'm thinking, what I'm thinking on every hand. And so win, lose, or draw, you learned from somebody that's in the same shoes as you. And you have to compete, and you have to. Now I'm just going to buy them some time to see if he's. I don't think he's bluffing here. I think he's actually has a jack. I'm just giving them some extra time to think about it and see if one. There he called. Oh, he's got an open ender. He hit it. No, he didn't hit it. He hit it. Good. Well, I really would rather have had hook, line, sinker win that one. I'm gonna just raise this up 100 and see if he's gonna go. He might go all the way in though. That's the only problem I have here. I can't because I think he's committed. Let's do 200 and see where he's at. He stayed. Heart. Not good. Can't fire anymore. I rolled off $400. That's a lot of money here. So I'll just have to double up anyhow. So that hand is over. You see I've got less than 10 big blinds, so I'm going to start pushing, and hopefully I get some pooled equity. In other words, I'm going to get my hand in first with a good hand, and hopefully people will fold to it, or it'll hold up. So I'll have two ways of winning. This looks like a good time for hook, line, sinker to try to steal. It's $300 out on the table. I think he'd have to go about 700 to get this done. 700 would put rah-rah in. I couldn't play my hand here. You always want to do it when you're under the gun too, because you have the two blind monies in, and you're first, and there's only three other opponents, two are in the blind, so you have a very good chance of it holding up. I just didn't think at this point King 3 was good enough. I can go one more round around the table, so I'm kind of managing what's going on. He had two pair of nice on the flop. See, if he had charged me here, I'd have probably defended against him. But with him in, it's an easy fold. He should go for this. If he's got a good hand here, he should go for it because he's been a thief. He delayed. Are you kidding me? Yeah, look, I would have won it with my King 6. If I would have got a little loosey-goosey there and did something stupid, it would have done me well. All right, I'm jamming now. I gotta get some chips. He may just take me out because he's got chips. Yep. I got 2 live cards. I still got 2 live cards. I'm still alive. I don't give up. Now it's on him to defend. See? Come on, do it, Pipper. There you go. Let me just get out of the way. See if I can rock and roll right into the money. I did. Unless he gets a 2 or a 7. That's a full boat. I'm in the money. It just happens that fast, folks. When you get up to this level, people just get their money in the pot really quick. Now, I don't think he has 3 hands in a row here. I'm gonna take him. I'm going for first. I got second place locked up. If I can double up, great. Here we go. He's got 3s. I got 2 live ones. I got a 10 that can help me too. I got a spade that can help me too, but I got nothing. But I got to take the chance. He's playing, really low cards and stuff like that. So look, I got second place on it, and that's a good deal. This has been Al Spath. Thank you very much for watching.